I'm pleased to be joined by the phenom Tom Pagliarulo, and still he retains his amateur featherweight title after a very impressive performance beating Jimmy Jackson of Young's MMA tonight here at NEF 40 in Orono. Tom, congratulations, first of all. It looked like the game plan going into this maybe was for you to keep this on the feet, to stick and move, and really utilize your boxing. All in all, how pleased are you with your performance?
I'm really happy with it. I wanted to strike more. I've been spending so much time with Rob and really working on my strike, and I wanted to show I'm not just the guy to go in there and lay on you for 5 rounds. I want to show I have something to be feared in all parts of this game. So I had to make him think I was going to wrestle, so we did a lot of feints, a lot of touches on the legs, and then come up top with the strikes. But I'm pleased with it, man, but still more work to do.
Now, Jimmy was really trying to utilize a lot of leg kicks early on. Were you bothered at all by that? Or were you just trying to kind of gauge his range and adjust?
Yeah, I was just gauging his range, finding where I could strike and not get hit by him. So he has some good teeth, some good leg kicks. They're hurting now, but at the time, no, I didn't really feel them too bad, but definitely got to start checking those. But yeah, just finding my range.
You really busted him up there in the first round as well. The doctor came in and obviously stopped the fight. It looked like his nose may have been broken. Did you feel like it was?
Yeah, I actually was with him backstage, and it was pretty broken. I remember the shot that did it, and I think I hit it a few more times after that, and his whole cheekbones and stuff were a little messed up too. So I hope speedy recovery for him. But yeah, I think it was for an Emmy fight. Worth it to stop it.
Now, can we talk a little bit about what's next for you? Do you plan on stopping or stepping back into the cage for NEF, maybe on the November card, or do you have your eyes set on another promotion here down the line?
Yeah, I think we're going to look at some other promotions. I think we got another title shot lined up. Don't want to say anything yet, but got to talk about that and travel a little bit, collect some more belts, and then, like I said, we're going to talk about the pro ranks in the near future, next year or two. So getting there.
Well, again, congratulations on the victory. Happy to see you retain the belt. Well-deserved a win over a very tough opponent. The NEF Amateur Featherweight Champion and still, Tom Pagliarulo. I am pleased to be joined by the number 11 ranked bantamweight on the UFC roster, Mr. Rob Font, who is here at NEF 40 in Orono to corner one of his training partners, Tom Pagliarulo. And Tom retained. He looked great in there tonight. Overall, how pleased are you with the way your boy went in there and did his thing?
Yeah, he's young, up and coming, super confident now. He's finding his way in striking, and he's still got the belt, so I can't complain.
Tell me a little bit about, I guess, the evolution of Tom's game, training with you and Calvin. Obviously, when he's going with guys like you and Calvin, that's as good as it gets. How much better has he been getting here as the days and weeks go along?
Honestly, it was more the just tricking him to believe that he's good. I had to just make sure, like, hey, you have the skill set, you have the natural ability as far as the long arms and the wrestling experience and all that. You just got to, trick him into believing that he knows it. It's one thing to think it, but when you know it, it's different. And you see tonight, he knew he could strike. He knows he can land his right hand. He was stunning a couple of the sparring partners coming down on sparring, for his fight. So like going into the fight, he knew he can hit people and put them down. And you saw what happened. He hit him with one right hand, one clean straight right hand, and his nose just exploded. But I'm super proud. I couldn't stop cheesing, man. Yeah.
Now, obviously, Tom has an unbelievable wrestling pedigree. He's known for that, but as you alluded to, he went in there and did his thing on the feet. Just some great striking here tonight. Was that the game plan for you as a coach, to have him go in there and try to utilize his striking as an amateur, even though his bread and butter is his wrestling?
Yes and no. I would have been happy if he took him down the first round. The first 2 seconds. So I want him to be able to well-rounded from the beginning. I don't want him to be known as just a wrestler or just a striker. I want him to be well-rounded. But, his strengths are striking. So, I would love to see him just set up a couple shots, stun him, take him down, finish the fight there. But, he can't complain. He did his thing, and, he still got the belt.
What is Tom's ceiling? Do you expect him one day down the line to be in the UFC like yourself?
100%. Like, I know he is. I know he's going to be. It's just how we approach it. But I know he's going to be in the UFC. And, just hopefully he just stays at 45 so I don't have to knock him out, But, yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about you. You've been one of the mainstays in the bantamweight division for a very long time now, and I know there's a huge card coming up here in Boston in October. I believe it's the 18th. Is there any rumblings? Are you getting any names where you might get a fight here?
I mean, yes and no. You know, they threw out Jimmy Rivera. They threw out Cody Stamen. I guess both of them are not taking a fight. We're still in talks, obviously, with Shelby and everybody. But yeah, we'll find. Hopefully, I should have a name within the next 2 weeks. But it is getting rough. It's like 6 weeks out, right? 6 or 5. So it is getting a little tight. But I should have somebody soon.
Obviously, you want to fight someone in the top 10. That's what you want to do because you want to climb the rankings here. But is there someone that's below you that if they decide to step in and fight you, that excites you, that can make a good fight for your family and friends in Boston?
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I'm just trying to deliver knockouts. So they could throw anybody out there. Obviously, if the fight I would love to have a fight that makes more sense for me as far as climbing the rankings. But if it's a debut, I'm cool with that too. You know, bring him in. I'm ready to. I'm just ready to perform. It's been a while. I didn't get to fight in Greenville, so I'm itching. You know, I'm sitting there. You know, almost beat up Tom today, and it's his fight night. You know what I'm saying? So I need to get in there. But we'll put it together. Tyson's always working, and he'll handle it.
Well, hopefully you do get that matchup. I know you'd have a lot of people here in the New England area that want to see you on that UFC Boston card. So Dana, Sean, Mick, everyone out there, make sure you find this man an opponent. One last question, Rob. Obviously, Calvin Kattar is really just climbing the ranks, and he's got his biggest test to date against Zabit on that very card, the co-main event. How is Calvin looking in camp, and what is your overall prediction of this fight? It's going to be a tough fight, yeah. but what do you think is going to happen come the 18th?
You know, he's like you saw what he could do with one shot with Lamas. You know, obviously we don't want to look for just one shot with a guy like Zabit. He's so skillful and all that, but there's not 45ers that are hitting guys like the way Calvin's hitting them. And you see it's real basic. If you look at any of his highlights in the UFC, it's all jab crosses. It's all jab crosses. Imagine if he puts together hooks, elbows, and knees. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be ridiculous. With that being said, Zabit's super hard to hit. So we're gonna have to get there with our feet and being real super smart with our hand placements and finding the shots. And I believe he's gonna do it. I believe it's gonna be the body shots that are gonna set up the head shots and vice versa. But it's gonna be a tough fight. But you're messing with Calvin Kattar in his hometown. It's a tough fight for him as well. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited as well. This is going to be one of those fights that is must-see TV. You just can't miss. Well, listen, Rob, congrats on your boy Tom retaining tonight. It's a good night for you guys down at Recon.
Smiling all weekend. It was perfect. Everything went smooth, and yeah, man, we get to go back, celebrate with his family and friends, and just have a good time in Maine.
Well, I really appreciate the time, and best of luck finding that fight in October.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.